If you just X out your Colab tabs, they stay open. And the way you properly close these, see that green check mark? Go to runtime, disconnect and delete run type. And when you do that, now it says reconnect. They only allow you to have 3 open notebooks at a time now. And so I always am getting these messages about having too many Colab notebooks open. That is how you properly close them. With that said, let's open up a new one, new notebook and drive. And we're going to call this one functions. Okay. So these are Python functions. Functions are repeatable chunks of code. Let's start basic. Let's do this. Write a function that triples a number. Okay, how do we do this? Well, you need to know the Python syntax. And so first it's def. That means function coming. Okay, space. Now you name it. Pick the name. Name functions what they do. If it triples a number, how about triple? Okay, next, parentheses. Note the color changing. The parenthesis, inside the parentheses is what you are going to manipulate each time the function is called. In this case, it's a number, so I'll put num for number, right? It's a variable. You know, we can triple 2, triple 5, triple whatever number we want. Next, colon. Okay, that first line is essential. Now, when you press return, look at this carefully. There is a tab, it is 2 spaces, and you need that. Python is a tabbed language, not a nested language using brackets. Now, how do we triple a number? Well, I'll call it, it's going to be the result. And basically, you take the number and you multiply it by 3. And then at the very end, you return all your work. In this case, it's just the result. You could go straight to returning the number times 3, but I like to show that, hey, you can have extra lines of code here. So you press Shift Enter to store that function. Note, connecting takes a moment. And then you call it by actually writing out the name. So if I start triple, TRI, look at this. It's really cool. It shows up because it's now stored in your Python session as an option. So you can select it, and now let's triple a number. How about 3? What if we triple 3, we get 9. Pretty cool. What if we triple another number? Can we triple the triple of 3? Can you do that? Well, certainly, because triple of 3, as we see above, evaluates to 9. So this is going to triple the triple of 3 or triple 9, and you can see you get 27. Okay, next one. Let's write function that gives area of, let's just pick something. Let's do this. Let's do area and perimeter at the same time of rectangle. Okay, so how do we do this? Well, let's start def. Okay, if we're getting area and perimeter, let's say that. Area, perim, and then of what? Rectangle. Okay, you can use some abbreviations, and then we need the parentheses. Now, for a rectangle, you need 2 pieces of information, like the base and the height, not just one. So you want to separate those with a comma, okay? Now, how do I get it? We'll get your 2 pieces. Well, area is simply base times height, okay? And then the perimeter is what? Well, it's you double the base and then you double the height. It's base plus height times height. So that gives you the perimeter. Now, how am I going to return this? Okay, well, this is interesting. You could just return them, but how does somebody know what's what? So I'm actually going to call these something like, I don't know, if I want to reassign it. So I want to say something maybe like, it's like an F string like this, okay? Area, okay, what's the area? And then you say what it is, okay? It's the area, right? And then I want another F string that's going to basically say, hey, this is the perimeter. And what does it show? It shows what the perimeter is. Okay, because that way the user knows what is what here. Now, how am I going to return both of these? Well, let's name them something. So how about area sentence or statement? And how about perimeter statement? Okay, it's worth writing a little more to be clear. And now you can simply, and it says area perimeter, you could assume it's in that direction, and then you can return what's called a tuple. Okay, you can return both the area statement and the perimeter statement. Okay, so we press Shift Enter to run this, And now we call the function area perimeter rectangle. Let's try 3 comma 4 and see what we get. We get that the area is 12 and the perimeter is 14. And you can quickly check that these are in fact correct. Okay, and this is a type called it's tuple. Okay, it's when you have more than one. So those are the basics of writing functions. We'll continue to practice functions as we go forward.